Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're looking at an absolute marvel of the deep sea. Seriously, this thing looks like it literally crawled straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's that premium subject you always see in those high-end nature docs, the extraordinary mantis shrimp. So picture the deep, dark ocean. As all those floating marine particles drift through the crystal-clear tropical water, a beam of sunlight suddenly hits this thing, revealing these incredible, vibrant colors. We're talking crimson red, electric blue, coral orange, and golden yellow. But hey, do not let that beautiful exterior fool you for a second, because this little creature hiding in the vibrant coral reef literally punches harder than a bullet. Section 1. The Underwater Assassin. To truly understand how this creature operates, we've got to look right past that beautifully textured exoskeleton. Underneath the shell, you've got this biological machine mapped out almost like some futuristic schematic. There are powerful muscle structures acting just like coiled springs, a super complex nervous system running alongside a highly efficient digestive tract, and it's all pumped by a centralized heart. But the real stars of the show here are those specialized club-like striking appendages right up front, and those totally wild, independently rotating compound eyes. It is, for sure, a perfectly engineered machine. Section 2. Alien Vision Explained. Right, so before our predator can unleash that crazy strike, it obviously has to find its prey first. Which brings us to the big question: how does the mantis shrimp actually see the world? Imagine a crab just slowly wandering across the reef. From inside its dark burrow, the mantis shrimp's independently tracking eyes lock onto it. And these aren't just your standard simple eyes. No, they act like literal biological targeting systems. They perform these highly complex distance and focus calculations in real time, completely independent of one another. It's absolutely wild. When you compare the hardware difference between human and mantis shrimp eyes, it's just staggering. While human vision relies on a pretty standard set of receptors that give us a somewhat limited color spectrum, the mantis shrimp is out here utilizing multiple specialized photoreceptors. They experience a vastly richer visual perception of the world. They can see an extraordinary range of colors and, get this, they can even detect polarized light. Their visual reality completely, and I mean completely, dwarfs our own human capabilities.
Section 3. Physics of the perfect punch.
Okay, so with the target locked, it's time for action. But before we watch the strike unfold, we need to define the explosive physics that occur the exact millisecond it attacks. We're talking about the cavitation bubble. Basically, it's a localized phenomenon where water compresses, and these extreme pressure changes cause a destructive vacuum bubble to form and then instantaneously collapse. So this isn't just a physical impact. This is literally fluid dynamics being weaponized by a crustacean. Let's just freeze the action right here to meticulously walk through the fluid dynamics at play. Step 1, that appendage accelerates with explosive speed. Step 2, the sheer velocity forces the surrounding water molecules to rapidly compress. Step 3, a low-pressure cavitation bubble forms directly in the wake behind the strike. And finally, Step 4, that bubble violently collapses. And remember, all of this is happening in a fraction of the blink of an eye. Now here is where it gets truly mind-blowing. The physical impact of that club-like appendage isn't actually the only weapon here. When that cavitation bubble collapses, it releases tremendous energy with some absolute sci-fi byproducts. We're talking about the generation of intense heat, the emission of a brief flash of light, the creation of a visible, highly destructive shockwave, an outward explosion of tiny marine particles, and a devastating impact that effortlessly cracks the crab's shell. It's the ultimate 1-2 punch. The club hits you, and then the physics of the water literally explode on you. And just how fast is all this happening? Try a staggering 1,000 frames per second. To actually witness this explosive speed, to see the water rippling and that shock wave destroying the prey, high-end documentary cameras have to capture the footage at that exact insane rate. Anything less, and the entire event is just an invisible blur. Section 4. An ancient evolutionary timeline. So how did such a small, unassuming crustacean develop a punch that mimics the physics of a ballistic weapon? Well, reeling backward through ancient oceans millions of years ago, we find these primitive crustaceans inhabiting the deep. As we follow this timeline across vast geological eras, we see smooth evolutionary morphing and complex geological transitions shaping entirely new traits. Mother Nature tested and refined this biology until, like in the present day, the modern mantis shrimp emerged to utterly dominate the tropical coral reef. It's honestly a masterpiece of millions of years of natural engineering. As the sun sets on the coral reef and our predator retreats, the frenetic energy of the hunt finally subsides. As the quote goes, the mantis shrimp slowly returns to its burrow. Only its colorful eyes remain visible before disappearing into darkness. It's a peaceful, yet kind of haunting conclusion to the daily life of one of the ocean's absolute most formidable hunters. Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. If millions of years of evolution can turn a simple crustacean into a creature that wields the power of shockwaves, blinding speed, and literal flashes of light underwater, what other unimaginable biological weapons are just waiting to be discovered out there in the deep ocean? Keep questioning the incredible world around us.